Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Section 1313, how to use the end of month function. Using the end of the month function, the end of month function is an easy alternative to using the date function. With the end of month function, you can get the last date of any future or past month, and all you need is two arguments: a start date and the number of months in the future or past. For example, here we have in C6, in this range of dates, is a date. And we want 1 month forward. Here we have in D1, we just have one. And then we have this new date. We're using, you'll see here, this function, end of month function. We'll click it. We'll just hit the FX button. And what's the end of month feature? Well, we have a start date in months. The information here in this function arguments dialog box, the start date is in bold. We know anything in bold is required. We also know that months are required. And what does it do? It returns the serial number of the last day of the month before or after a specified number of months. In other words, we have a start date and the number of months. What do we have here? The start date is in serial number 44718, and we're just going 1 month ahead. The number shows 44773. If you wanted to know what that number is, you can subtract 44773 minus 44718, and it's going to show 7/31/2022. That's it. That's the end of the month function. Simple, simple, simple. Now, if you want to go back a month, just use a negative number. You want to go up 3 months? You want to go up 2 years? It'll calculate 2 years. If you want 120 months, you can find the end of the month 120 months forward, which will show, and it's a leap year, 2/29/2032. Let's get the first day of a month. How do we do that? Let's start in cell C5. We have a date. Looks like January 12th, 2000. And we want to get the first day of the month, Saturday, January 1st, 2020. You're looking at this and you're asking yourself, well, what does this mean? How does this work? Well, C5 is what? Well, let's go over here to F5. Well, C5 is equal to Wednesday, the 12th. And we have this day function. The day function, as you know, if we put day C5, what's it going to give us? It's going to give us the 12th day. C and G5, 12 days. Well, what if we take C5, which is January 12th, and subtract 12 days? We know we can subtract a date by numbers. We can subtract the number of days minus whatever number we have. Well, here we have 12 days. So we go 12 minus 12, and we have to add 1 back in order to get the actual number. So we go F5, we just go 12 minus 12, which is going to equal 0, and we're going to add 1. And that's how you get the first day of the month. If it's the 21st day, notice it's 21 days. From 21 minus 21, add 1 is June. The best way to think of this, what's the intuition? You're going to ask, well, I have 12 days. I need to get back to 12 days. So 12 minus 12 is equal to 0, and then I can add 1. Then it's a matter of putting that logic into a formula. And that's how you do it. I know at first it's hard to think, well, how do I do this? You just start off by mapping it out. You just note right here. You just look at this date, Wednesday, January 12th, 2000. I want to get rid of at least 12 days. The best way to do that is take the days, subtract the days, and then add a day. If you want to get the first day of the month, what we're going to do, this is a neat little trick here. We're going to use the end of the month feature, and what we're going to do is we're going to go back a month. We want the previous month. Let's get rid of this 1 here in E5 within this E month function. We're going to go February 31st, December 1999. What do we want? We want the first day of the month. How do we get the first day of the month? We just add 1. And that's how we get the first day of the month. That is, I think that is one of the niftiest things you would never think of. Let's ask this. How do we get the first day of the previous month? Well, think about it. Here we have January 2020, and we want to go back to the first day of December. What did we do in the previous example? How do we get the first day of the month? We went back 1 month by using this negative number. If I have to go back to the previous month, we need to go back 2 months, right? We go end of month and we go back 2 months and add 1 day. That's how you get the first day of the previous month. Brad Williams, XL Prime, thank you.